Your forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas starts right now.
This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi friends, Rusty back here at Meteo Mundo. It's great to see you on a Friday. I hope you're doing well. Hey, the weekend is here, friends. For some of us, that means some cool wet conditions. For others, that means very windy weather that's going to kick up surf and seas. So we'll break that down, how that's going to impact your weekend plans. Meteo Mundo is sponsored by the Lean Law Firm of Central Florida. They're your hometown homeowners insurance attorneys. They cover anything that could impact your property or yourself. They offer free consultation and policy reviews. Go to leanonmelaw.com for all the information there from Bobby Lean and the team. We appreciate them being a sponsor of Meteo Mundo. So we're going to get into what's going to be happening across the area. First thing we'll start off with here is our surface analysis, and we'll still kind of recap this historic winter storm that moved through the southeast United States. But now an area of low pressure just north of the northwest Bahamas is bringing some clouds, some wind, some rain, and developing gale conditions across the western Atlantic, including up towards the Bermuda area. The trough that goes back into the northwest Caribbean is bringing some very heavy rain to portions of the Caribbean coastline of Belize and Guatemala and the southern sides of Quintana Roo, and then fresh easterlies are still ripping around some rain into portions of the lesser and the greater Antilles as well. So temperatures right now are going to be all over the place because of the features that I just mentioned. Let's start off right now with what's happening in the Bahamas. Temperatures are in the lower 70s. There's some cloud coverage here or there. I'll put on the visible satellite imagery. It's a little bit better kind of depiction of some of the cloud coverage moving through places like Freeport and Lucaya there in Grand Bahama and Bimini and Walker's Key, Andros, the Nassau area. Again, kind of a cooler day from time to time. This is the radar imagery out of the area right now as well. And underneath some of this cloud coverage, you're going to see some fast moving showers. There is certainly the opportunity here that we get a little bit in the way of some wind-driven rain over Walker's Key and the Bahamas in association with the front that came through. Now, temperatures in general will be moderating a bit, but we're still in store for some cooler weather. And again, we had historic snowfall in the southeast side of the United States. To kind of just put this in perspective, I got this video from Jabari Burbank out of New Orleans. This was at the beginning of the snowstorm a few days ago. So imagine you live in South Louisiana near the Gulf of Mexico and it starts to snow. And this is the beginning of it. But you end up with a foot of snow in New Orleans. I mean, we just smashed record snowfall totals in the southeast. Florida Panhandle in Milton had 10 inches of snow. The previous snowstorm record in Florida was 4 inches, also in Milton back in 1954. But unbelievable. I'd appreciate Jabari sending in that video. When you want to send a picture or video to help tell the story across your area, myMediaMundo@gmail.com is the easiest way to do it. But some of this cooler, wetter weather has been able to slip its way deep into the Gulf of Mexico and into the Northwest Caribbean. And we'll pick up the story from there, where we've had some very heavy rainfall across portions of the Belize coastline, Belize City, towards San Pedro, Dangriga areas, some of the offshore islands as well. We've had excessive rainfall warnings. Those are expiring this afternoon, and the rain should break apart a little bit over the weekend, but there will still be the opportunity from time to time for some heavier rain in this neck of the world, including the northern side of Honduras and the Bay Islands. You can also see that there's even a little bit of lightning associated with this to go along with some of the heavier rainfall that we've had. So it's been wet in those areas. Now, when I put on the water vapor imagery, excuse me, still dealing with a bit of a dry throat, you'll see that the air outside of these pockets that I mentioned is relatively dry. So there's no huge, large areas of wet weather, but we've still had some fast moving showers across the rest of our region on this Friday, and you can see some of those. So again, quick shots of rain across the Dominican Republic and Haiti, even a little bit of lightning there towards Port-au-Prince. So you can see temperatures have come down with the burst of rain. We're back into the 70s Fahrenheit here in places like Samana and Puerto Plata. Even towards Santo Domingo have had some showers. My friends in the Dominican Republic, let me know in the comment section below just how wet it has been on this Friday. It's been a relatively quiet day across Puerto Rico and the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, but there are some thicker clouds that are working their way back in. Excuse me. Again, dealing with the dry throat. Might have to do that from time to time during this video. But you can see the easterlies and the fast moving showers. Still rip current risk, high surf and sea advisories in effect for a lot of areas. Here's another area of some rain where we've had, again, temperatures nosedive because of that. Places like Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A quick passing shower for Barbados. We've been relatively dry today in Trinidad and Tobago as well, but the easterlies will continue to provide us fast moving, and I do want to reiterate, fast moving showers here through the Lesser Antilles. Relatively quiet Nueva Esparta for today, and it's been drier as well through portions of the ABC Islands. Real quick look before we move on at just the wind gusts in these areas, and you're still going to see a lot of areas from time to time where the winds are going to go over 30 miles an hour. St. Lucia had a 35-mile-an-hour wind gust for today. San Juan, Puerto Rico, over a 30-mile-an-hour wind gust. Our friends in Bermuda are going to start to see the winds elevate again with the next shot of rain moving through over the weekend. As we get into the forecast, thank you so much for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to Meteo Mundo. Both of those things really help to support the channel, and I appreciate you guys who do take a quick second and to do both of those things. If you're a subscriber, thank you for liking this video. If you haven't subscribed, please click that subscribe button right now. I wish I had some water near me because I'm going to need it. So let's get into the forecast here and how this is going to play out over the next several days. We're still going to see some wetter weather in our northwest areas, but there's going to be the opportunity here for late January to continue to get some wet and cooler conditions. Now, one area that I haven't mentioned so far in today's video is Jamaica. This is because my friends there have been enjoying some absolutely gorgeous weather. Rain chances will continue to be relatively limited for the weekend into Monday for places like Kingston and Port Moore and Spanish Town and Montego Bay and Negril, so enjoy it. Now, the winds have mainly been out of the northeast in this area, which continues to bring in relatively comfortable conditions. It'll get warm from time to time in the afternoon, but not bad. I hope my friends in Jamaica are enjoying a nice respite and some quieter weather. We will see some rain develop in the northwest side of the Bahamas, and this could eke down to at least the central Bahamas. I'm not sure the southeast Bahamas are going to get a lot in the way of some showers, but over the weekend, places like Freeport and the Abacos and Eleuthera and Nassau and Andros Hall have that opportunity for a couple of showers there. Same thing towards Cuba and into the northwest sides of the Caribbean. Look, places like, excuse me, Roatan. I'm gonna take myself off camera real quick and grab some water. Places like Roatan and Guanaja and the Utila areas will all have the opportunity for a few showers. These are areas that the rain chance will still remain high. So again, coastal Guatemala, Belize City, San Pedro, and even the southern coastline of Quintana Roo. Now, showers will still be about in Cancun and Cozumel the next couple of days, but then the rain will begin to kind of break apart. I'm almost doing this like a live stream because at this point in time, I'm not going to stop the video, but a little bit of water is going to help me continue. So you get the idea that our northwest zones are going to have the best chance for rain. Some of that will be concentrated. Again, we've had excessive rainfall potential in the Belize coastline the last couple of days, and I can't rule out pockets of heavier rain. But in general, this is still relatively light to moderate activity. Now, you switch up the story, central and the eastern sides, from Hispaniola, even the Turks and Caicos, but certainly Puerto Rico, the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, and the Lesser Antilles, because the fast easterlies are in play here, guys, and that means strong surface winds out of the east, but fast-moving showers. We're not going to have high rainfall totals in this area, but quick bursts of rain are absolutely plausible here over the next couple of days, and that will continue to be the forecast right on through Monday as well. So just get prepared for breaks in the action, and sometimes the whole day will be dry, but at the same point in time, you look off to the eastern horizon, and you might see some darker clouds rolling their way through. I mean, all the way from Anguilla, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Saba, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, all the way back down towards TNT. It's about the same forecast here. For our friends in Puerto Rico and the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, again, you're going to favor the eastern sides of the islands. So the eastern sides of Anegada and Virgin Gorda and St. Thomas, St. Croix, and then Fajardo, Vieques, and Culebra. Better opportunity for some rain compared to places like Aguadilla and Mayaguez. Punta Cana will have a better chance for some rain compared to even Santo Domingo. But again, all of the eastern sides of the islands here will see some rain. Before we move on to the island by island forecast, I do want to just quickly show you guys the winds that I'm talking about here, because obviously, look, they're going to play a factor in your temperatures. They're going to play a factor in your chance for some rain, but they're also going to play a factor in, again, elevating sea conditions. We're going to have gale conditions for the eastern side of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos into Bermuda, and then we're going to have elevated seas across the Lesser Antilles the majority of the weekend as well. As I mentioned, in the Northwest Caribbean, including my friends in Kingston and the rest of Jamaica, there will be a northerly component to your wind over the next few days. It might turn a little bit more due east by Monday into Tuesday, but certainly over the weekend, that's a nice, fairly brisk northeast wind. And again, it's taking the moisture and it's piling it up over portions of Central America, but there's that next burst of northerly winds. And then for the central and the eastern areas, as I mentioned, this is all due east winds here, and they're 20 to 25 miles an hour with some gusts over 35. And that will be the case over the ABC Islands as well. So that's kind of the overall wind profile here, with a bit of a northerly component in our northwest areas and a little bit more rain as far as concentrated rain, and then fast moving showers off towards the east. What do you say I take one more swig of water to help me out? Excellent. And now we move on with the island by island forecast. We'll start off in the Bahamas. 30% chance tomorrow for the Northwest Bahamas. Very isolated Sunday, Monday. I'm not expecting a lot of rain in the central and southeast Bahamas and the Turks and the Caicos. Western Cuba will have a better chance for showers near Havana tomorrow, and then the rain chances tail off Sunday, Monday. It's isolated showers for places like the Cayman Islands. 40% chance for Belize City, but again, there still could be some pockets of heavier rain from time to time. Cancun and Cozumel is wetter to start off the weekend, and then they dry out early next week. Not a lot of showers in Jamaica, 20% chance at best on Sunday. It's scattered to isolated for most of the Dominican Republic, a little bit better chance on the eastern shoreline. Even Puerto Rico and the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, no real significant rain chances through Monday. Bermuda's rain chances are best tomorrow, then scattered to isolated Sunday, Monday. Anguilla, St. Kitts and Nevis, it's 30 to 40% chance most afternoons, building a bit late Sunday into Monday. But again, any of these areas, these are fast moving showers. The rainfall totals are not going to be significant, but if you're outdoors, you might just catch a brief shower quickly being whisked by with those easterlies. So it's a 30, to 40% chance in most areas. It'll be a little bit drier towards St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Barbados, Trinidad, and Trinidad and Tobago as well. TNT had some high wind and some high sea advisories as well. We'll see if those get reissued. Suriname and Guyana build rain chances Sunday, Monday. Scatter rain for Nueva Esparta and very isolated showers the next 3 days for our friends in the ABC Islands. This is the wave heights and directions. Let me go back to that, take myself off camera. And once again, you're just going to see building waves through most of our areas, especially through, again, the Western Atlantic and into the Central and Eastern Caribbean. And some of those stronger waves and swells will just kind of continue to work off towards the west. But it's just that time of the year where there's a lot in the way of wind energy here, and that's going to push our sea heights from time to time into the double digits. So again, small craft, especially in exposed waters, really need to exercise caution. So rainfall totals, you can clearly see the concentration of rain. Coastal Belize, Guatemala, northern Honduras, still some heavier rainfall for Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama as well. You can start to see that next front come through here, trying to, down the road, string some rain back even towards the southeast Bahamas and Turks and Caicos. And there's that swath of easterlies. Again, it will push some decent rainfall totals over the Lesser Antilles, but everyone gets in on the act, right? Everyone's going to have at least some rain out of this with those easterlies. And again, that was the European model. I just want you to notice that the GFS model is really picking up on this same area here, right? From Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent to have the best chance for the healthier rainfall totals over the next 5 days. And those totals look like this: more than an inch of rain in a couple of spots. Hopefully when I click this button, they'll come on. Here you go. So look, if we get 1.7 inches of rain, if we get 25 to 50 millimeters, that's not bad for this time of the year. Same thing for Martinique, on over towards St. Lucia, anywhere you see those purples. But you notice that everyone, excuse me, gonna do it again. You notice that everyone gets in on the act. There will be showers across this area here. Maybe again, not in a very concentrated way, but rain will be possible in all of these zones. Eastern sides of Puerto Rico, better chance. Goodness gracious. I apologize. We'll get through it with one last swig. Again, you can see the easterlies continuing here with the better opportunity for showers in these zones. And again, These easterlies will eventually bring some better rain chances to Jamaica. We'll talk about this early next week, but down the road, we do get more moisture to return to Jamaica. So rain chances will start to go higher on Tuesday, but here's your concentrated rain over areas that I just mentioned. And again, this is not just a little bit of rain, guys. If this does develop, this is why we have to watch out for the excessive rain. Does this hit just the coastal islands? Does this actually move on shore? It's a really tight gradient, right? San Ignacio doesn't have a lot of rain in the forecast, but Dangriga and Belize City could be 3 to 4 inches or 75 millimeters to 100 millimeters in a couple of spots. And despite the rainfall that I mentioned in the Bahamas, it's not going to actually add up to a lot as far as totals go. Friends, follow us throughout all of our social media platforms. I appreciate that. Once again, the Lean Law Firm is our sponsor here of Meteo Mundo. They are hometown homeowners insurance attorneys out of Central Florida. They'll walk you through every step of the insurance claim process from start to finish, offering free consultation and policy reviews. Please call 407-502-0053 or leanonmelaw.com. My voice is done. Have a great Friday. I'll see you back here soon at Meteo Mundo.